Chapter 0. Congratulations. You were never meant to grow old. Before you can walk, before you can speak, before you can understand what fear even is, your fate has already been audited by gods with boredom in their eyes. Your mother knows the math. She knows the odds. She knows that loving you normally is a luxury the universe will not allow. So she does something desperate people do. She tries to break the rules. The river Styx is not holy, it's transactional. It doesn't bless, it bargains. When she dips you into its black cold, it isn't protection you receive. It's attention, the kind that lingers, the kind that remembers. She holds you by the heel, not because she's careless, because she's human. And that's the flaw that follows you your entire life. Chapter 1. You are not a son, you are a forecast. You grow up knowing things other children don't. You know the way adults pause when they look at you. You know the weight behind their praise. You hear the subtext when they say your name. Achilles doesn't sound like a boy. It sounds like an outcome. You're never asked what you want. You're asked how fast you are, how strong, how fearless. People don't wonder who you'll become. They wonder what you'll become useful for. You learn early that admiration isn't love. It's expectation wearing a smile. Chapter 2. Childhood without soft edges. Your childhood has no round corners. Every game is training. Every lesson bends toward violence. Your mentors don't talk about peace because peace has no application for you. You are taught to kill cleanly, efficiently, beautifully. You are taught that hesitation is weakness and weakness is death. Pain becomes ordinary. Praise becomes conditional. You learn to perform excellence because it's the only way affection reaches you. Not hugs, not reassurance, performance. You don't realize it yet, but you are being shaped into something that can't stop moving without collapsing. Chapter 3. The slow erasure of choice. At some point, the prophecy becomes public. And with it, your life narrows. They tell you that you can choose between obscurity and glory. But the choice is a lie designed to make obedience feel voluntary. You've been conditioned to crave meaning, and meaning has been welded to violence. To walk away would feel like cowardice. To stay feels like destiny. So you choose war, not because you want it, because you've been trained to believe you are it. Chapter 4. When the world starts using you. The battlefield confirms their faith. You don't bleed the way others do. You don't fall the way others fall. You move through combat like gravity favors you. Spears miss, swords slide. Men die faster than they can understand why. You become a turning point, a cheat code. And once the world realizes something works, it never stops using it. Every impossible task becomes yours. Every stalled front waits for you. You aren't sent where the fighting is worst. The fighting becomes worst where you arrive. You stop being a soldier. You become infrastructure. Chapter 5. Fame is a cage made of cheers. Your name spreads faster than armies. People chant it before you even arrive. They carve it into shields. They shout it as prayer and threat at the same time. You are no longer a person. You are morale. And morale is fragile. So you never get to be tired, never get to hesitate, never get to break down. The moment you show doubt, thousands of men feel it ripple through them. Your strength props up entire wars, and wars are heavy. Chapter 6. Patroclus, or the last human thread. Patroclus sees you differently. He doesn't need you to be invincible. He doesn't need you to be legendary. He talks to you like the war isn't watching, like you aren't being measured every second. He reminds you that you're still a person underneath the armor. And the universe cannot tolerate that. When he dies, it isn't just loss. It's subtraction. The last soft thing in you is removed violently, and everything that remains is sharp. Your grief doesn't want comfort. It wants annihilation. You stop fighting to win. You fight to punish existence. This is where the legend becomes monstrous. Chapter 7. Rage as a survival mechanism. Your anger keeps you alive, not in a poetic way, not as a motivational spark, in a mechanical way. Rage becomes the system that replaces sleep, mercy, and hesitation. It plugs the holes where exhaustion should pour in. It locks the doors fear keeps knocking on. As long as the fire is burning, nothing else gets a turn. You don't think anymore. Thinking slows you down. Thinking asks questions the war doesn't want answered. Rage simplifies everything. Forward is the only direction. Stop is not an option. If you're moving, you don't have to feel. If you're killing, you don't have to remember. The battlefield responds to you differently now. Men don't face you, they react to you. Some freeze, some run, Some swing wildly like it might change the outcome. It doesn't. Bodies begin to stack in ways that stop feeling real. Names lose their weight. Faces blur into shapes that fall the same way every time. Individual lives dissolve into motion. The war itself seems to adjust around you. Lines break where you advance. Shields fail faster. Courage drains from the air. It's like the conflict recognizes you as a force, not a person. Like heat, you bend everything nearby simply by existing. And everyone loves it. They call it heroism. They call it fury worthy of songs. They cheer the efficiency. They celebrate the spectacle of a man who no longer hesitates. No one asks what it costs to stay this angry. No one asks how much of you is being burned to keep the fire alive. Because as long as your rage keeps winning battles, the world doesn't care what it's consuming. Chapter 8. Invincibility is just loneliness with applause. You realize something horrifying. You're alone in your durability. Others break and are carried away. Others collapse and are forgiven. You don't get that luxury. Your body doesn't give you permission to stop, so neither does the world. Every night you survive adds another expectation to tomorrow. Immortality doesn't protect you. It isolates you. Chapter 9. The Whisper of the Heel. Someone notices. Someone always does. Invincibility invites scrutiny. People search for cracks the way they search for hope. And fate, patient as erosion, sharpens a solution. You feel it before it happens, not fear. Recognition. You've known since the river that nothing given comes without consequence. Chapter 10. Death is brief, legacy is endless. The arrow doesn't hurt the way people expect. It hurts the way inevitability hurts. Your body finally stops doing what it was designed to do. And suddenly, the world that demanded everything from you steps back and starts singing. They immortalize you instantly. Statues, songs, stories. None of them mention how tired you were. Chapter 11. What the songs omit. No one sings about the child who never chose, the boy who never rested, the man who was only valued when he was useful. They turn your suffering into inspiration, your death into poetry. They call it beautiful because beauty is easier than honesty. And the honest truth is this: Achilles wasn't tragic because he died young. He was tragic because he never got to live for himself at all. Chapter 12. The Final Irony. You achieved immortality, just not the kind you needed. Your name lasts forever. Your peace never existed, and that is why it sucked to be Achilles. Not because of the heel, but because the world decided what you were worth long before you ever had a say.